Good evening and welcome to 13 News at 5. I'm Brittany Hardaway. It's a historic day for Rockford. For the first time ever, the leaders of the Rockford police and fire departments are women.
They are two women who are taking the reins of these two amazing departments, the best fire department and best police department in the state.
Carla Red Miller is the new Rockford police chief, and Michelle Panko will lead the Rockford Fire Department as chief. Chief Red joined the police department in 1998. She moved up the ranks from patrol officer, field training officer, detective, and sergeant before becoming the first black woman to serve as lieutenant for the department. And a similar story of working up the ranks for Chief Michelle Panko. She became the first woman to serve as division chief. And both women say they're ready to jump into action and serve their community. Our 13 News reporter Lauren Baker spoke with them about goals for their respective departments. Lauren, what did you learn from them?
Well, Brittany, Chief Red and Chief Panko are both bringing 20+ years of experience to their new roles. And during that time, both women say they've gained so much knowledge on what our community uniquely faces and plan to address that head on. For the police department, Chief Red says tackling violent crime is a top priority, and she's already started holding meetings to create strategies on how to reduce violence. Chief Panko, too, says she's working with staff at the fire department to address the increase in medical calls and the lack of diversity in the workplace. While it won't happen in a day, both women are confident they can get the job done.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to be that person and to set an example for so many coming behind me.
We were just, so very humbled to be part of that finalist piece, and then now to have gotten the job. I am just so incredibly humbled.
And coming up tonight at 6, I'll tell you what the new chiefs will say will be the biggest components when it comes to making changes they want to see. Brittany, back to you.
And Lauren, Rockford's next chiefs are very familiar faces to the Forest City. Let's start with Police Chief Carla Red. While her police career spans decades, 6 years ago in 2015, Chief Red was the first person of color appointed lieutenant in the department. At the end of 2018, Red was in headlines when she fired her off-duty weapon toward a vehicle that rammed hers. She was later cleared in 2019. And later that year, Red was named a 13 WREX Inspiring 815 recipient for her work in community policing. And now to Chief Michelle Panko. You might remember back in 2016, she became the first woman to serve as division chief for the city. In 2017, 13 WREX featured Panko in a special report about women in firefighting. At the time, Panko was just one of 10 women in the fire department. And in April of this year, Panko was awarded the American Red Cross Disaster Services Hero Award. The chief swearing-in ceremonies will be announced at a later date.